Coming up here is a really big oak tree. There's lots of these old oaks. I imagine they're 200 years old, at least some of them are, or even older. Here we are back at this private driveway we're going to cross. In the other direction, there's still some wind down here. I'm going to have to see if I can fashion some kind of windscreen for the microphone on the camera. You can buy... Actually, I need to find out if this camera or smartphone allows me to use an external microphone. I kind of doubt it, but if it does, that would be a great solution, because then you could get a decent mic and put a real windscreen over it, like you see news photographers use and whatnot, so that you can actually record decent audio when the wind is pretty noisy otherwise. But failing that, I'm going to try to fashion some sort of windscreen of my own and put it over the microphone hole in this cell phone and see what I get. I've seen other people do that, or rather I've watched videos from other people that do that, and it definitely improves the audio quality. You get a lot less of that whistling and just general erratic noise you get when you have wind blowing across the mic. Gotta watch my footing here. This little bit of trail gets kind of rocky, especially after we turn left here. The trail on the right is called Hams Gulch Trail, and it goes up the hill. That's the second of the 3 up and down trails here in the preserve. We'll do that one another day. A good loop to make is, of course, to say go up Spring Ridge, cut over and come down Hams Gulch. That makes about a 6.5 mile loop. Or you can go up Hams Gulch and come down the next one south of there, the Razorback Ridge Trail, and that makes about a 8.5 mile loop. Or you can do Spring Ridge up and Razorback Ridge down. That's more like 10 miles. Hey. So we just came down there. And this connects up here There's another trail that goes over to the north side of the preserve where the main parking lot is. That's about a mile from here. But we parked on the south side of the preserve this time, so we're going to come back and go around this way. I still haven't learned which direction to push this button on the gimbal to tilt the phone up and down. I keep getting it backwards. I kind of learned to use it with my old cell phone, but now I have to hold the gimbal backwards, and that makes it go the opposite direction. And I haven't learned to do that consistently yet. Howdy. All right, even to me the display is beginning to look a little bit dim now in this light. We're in some deep woods here, short but deep woods, and the 4K HDR does not make use of the monochrome camera I was talking about earlier, so things do get a little dark there, at least on the camera screen. But we're almost back to the Jeep. Just a quarter mile or so to go. So one reason I want to take these videos is because, well, it's kind of fun. I enjoy leading hikes sometimes with my friends here in the area. And I do a lot of hiking for my own self for health reasons, and get out in nature and relax, and I always feel much better even after a short hike than if I didn't do one. And I enjoy pointing out things I've noticed along the way, the history stuff like I was talking about before, and enjoying doing that with my friends. And I thought it'd be fun to do some videos and see how they turn out. It's kind of an experiment, you know, so I'm not sure how all this will work. This is a little bridge for the private driveway. That side over there where I'm pointing with the tracking poles, the roadway is the private driveway, and this area here that we're walking down here is the public part of the bridge. Not that anybody really pays any attention to that, but that's how this works. This crosses Corte Madera Creek, which runs along the edge of the preserve. I think Corte Madera means woodcutter, or cutter of wood in Spanish, or something like that. And this area has more than one creek called Corte Madera Creek, and lots of lumber harvesting that was done back in the mid to late 1800s, especially when all the redwoods were nearly stripped totally out of the coast ranges. These days we have still a lot of redwood trees, but they're all second growth trees. And, you know, some of them are 100+ years old now, but they're nothing like the 1,000 and 1,500-year-old trees or even older that were here before. They'll get there someday, hopefully, if no one cuts them down again. And they're still beautiful. I love hiking in the redwoods, even if they're not old growth. Now we're back here to the south entrance of Windy Hill on Alpine Road, and just down there is the Jeep. And we're walking pretty much right along the San Andreas Fault. We're kind of up on an embankment here. And if you look down, there's the gimbal again. Looking down the embankment, the fault runs pretty much right down there near the base of the embankment along these houses. And then up here, it follows Alpine Road up here, where you see that car with the taillights, and crosses Alpine Road about where that car is now, and then heads further south. All right, well, there's the Jeep. The cell phone also has an optical zoom. I got to figure out how to use that. Haven't tried it yet, but it'll be another feature I can try out here soon, hopefully. So this is pretty much it. I'm going to get in the Jeep and go home and eat dinner and relax and a little bit and go home. I'm going to go to bed, and then turn the phone around here. And we'll go to, whoops, that didn't work. Try that again. There we go. So we'll go home and get ready to go into work again tomorrow. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.